And we are live. We're going to give it a few seconds for everything to go and hit. Make sure that everything looks all right. Make sure, where did you go? All right. Hey folks, and welcome to the series finale of Mekton Heist. We are short one person. Mrs. was not feeling well. She came down with something, not quite sure what, but she's just feeling a bit off today. Nothing too major. We're not having to rush to the hospital or anything, and she's gonna be fine enough to go grocery shopping tomorrow, is what she tells me. So, which, for those that don't know, we take a hour-long trek to go to a whole other city to go grocery shopping at least once a month. So. That is why it is important that she feels good, because otherwise it's just me and our demon child. But let's see. It went quiet. I hope that everything is still all right. I had some weird issues with last night, so if I stop talking or if I do some weird things, please note that I'm trying to make sure that we are still good, because we had issues last night on last night's stream. This is Mekton Heist, Mekton Zeta actual play. Over in the corner of the dice log is from our roll app.playroll.com or playroll.com. That's ROLE. That is what we use as a virtual tabletop. Because we're doing more theater of the mind play, we mostly used it just for the character sheets and the dice rolling, which it's something that I really love. I think it's a great little app, and I think that the fact that there's even more coming for it, it's one of the easiest to make character sheets for. So if you're playing an indie game or a game that's not very popular and you'd have to create something on other sites, definitely check out Playroll, because it is a lot easier to work with. And I am Envy Mecha Pilot, aka, oh no, somehow or another a bunch of our name stuff got switched around.
I was going to wait to say something until my intro.
I have no clue how this happened. But we will start with Ark. We will go Ark, Emilio, and Will while I adjust this.
All right. I am Ark. You can find me all over the internet as Ark Dragon Breath. I will be playing Penjani, our Kaiba coat wearing, sort of rogue, sort of hacker, all around unusual guy. Trying not to accidentally fire the missiles a third time. We'll see how that goes.
It is the series finale, so I say fire all the missiles, and use those luck points. So hey everybody, my name is Emilio. I'm one half of the Let's Roll Characters team. You can check us out youtube.com/Let's Roll Characters. We roll random characters for RPGs, and today I am playing Beta, who is a space dog person who was formerly part of a sort of elite military breeding program / strike force unit, and has escaped to find his own life now.
Hi, I am Will. Pronouns are he, him. Luck is a mechanic, and you can find me on Twitter at William C. Allen. I just announced a project, a board game that I am producing called The Bridge. If you like solving mysteries and fighting monsters, it might be something that you're into. You can also find me on YouTube at Roll a Will Save, where I have done and will continue to occasionally do Pokemon draft content, and on the DMs Guild, where I am one of the writers of the first Eat the Rich anthology. Today I am playing Roost, a displaced farmer / mechanic, just a big dad figure who really shouldn't be out here on a space adventure, but is doing his best.
Like we said multiple times, this is the series finale. We are a short one person, so we're going to see how this goes. This was a last minute decision that the other person wasn't going to be here, so I'm going to have to dial everything back on the fly. So if it looks like they're about to die and things suddenly turn out in their favor, it's because I realized that I did not take enough away to match things out. However, they do have 2 very overpowered dragon mechs sitting in their hangar. So we will see how that fares. A quick synopsis of what has happened last episode is the crew decided that it was a good idea to start something between between 2 factions that don't like each other. One of them being a faction that they have an issue with, and the other faction being somebody that's kind of neutral towards them. And by neutral, I mean they don't know that they exist, so there's no telling what they would do if they actually knew that they existed. I feel like that's everything kind of. But we're going to do a quick little fast forward in regards to some behind the scenes stuff. Your ship has been repaired. And everything is up and ready to go. Y'all are able to jump. Y'all are able to do whatever you want. So I'm going to give y'all a couple of... because your pilot is out, a vast majority of the piloting roles are going to be automated. We're not even going to do roles. We're just going to assume that they work. But is there anything that y'all want to do as you see that they are gearing up? I mean, there are mechs pouring out of both ships and surrounding... or not surrounding, but taking up the neutral space between the space station and the jump gate area.
Oh, I didn't expect your boys to line up so quickly for a fight, Beta. I thought we would have a little bit more of an opening.
I'm kind of surprised myself, but I guess they were ready to go. You know, I think this has less to do with us than it does with whatever's going on with these guys anyway.
Yeah,
so
that's likely.
Frankly, it seems, I mean, other than having to kind of get around all this nonsense, seems good. We can sort of just slip out of here, right? I assume. No problem. Easy peasy.
Is there any kind of restriction? Penjani, is there any kind of restriction on us jumping too close or too far from this port? Do you know if it would cause some kind of mass destruction if we were to do so?
I'm gonna go with yeah. I don't know if you got a glimpse of some of the damage that was done when we jumped on the planet we just left, but it's a good thing that we opted to kind of stay further away from people. So maybe we want to kind of get out of
commit a war crime.
To be fair, it's only a war crime if it's during war. Otherwise, it's just a regular crime.
Beta's taking notes.
It's just a big crime.
But yeah, Penjani is kind of like not frantic per se, but he's just kind of concernedly like looking at sensors and like it's a lot of guys.
All right, so here's my concern. We can slip out of here, but if the what's the other faction called? Not IronBound, the one who hates IronBound that we have.
Frostfire.
Frost Inc.
Frost Inc. Is if Frost Inc. sees our ship floating out and trying to make a break for it, that might be the spark, and we don't want to be flying between them when they start shooting at each other.
No,
that's a good call.
No,
I mean, y'all are neutral to them. You don't have anything on the outside of your ship that marks you as Ironbound, unless somebody is Ironbound. They would know the ship. But this is not a mass production model. This is something that people would only recognize if they're a part of Ironbound as an Ironbound ship. There's just not a whole lot of these. But in regards to Frost Inc., they're very much focused on dealing directly with the IronBound folks. Anytime a shuttle or cruiser or anything on that side of things goes to take off and use the commercial jump gate, then yeah, y'all don't need the jump gate though. Jump gates are for smaller ships or commercial ships that don't have some kind of jump drive on them. So basically, if somebody is just a cruise ship company, they're not going to probably invest in the extra power that's needed, especially because most companies don't use a fusion system because of how dangerous a fusion system is. So that is a double factor. Y'all have a personal jump drive, and then on top of that, you have a fusion system, which is part of why you're able to do the double jump.
Mm-hmm. So, does anybody have any thoughts? So the ship is fixed.
Mm-hmm.
The pirates have not come back. Have the pirates come back for their mechs?
Oh yeah, the pirates.
Y'all, since you're asking, Will, do you like high or low?
High.
So sorry, I gotta adjust this right quick. I didn't have it far enough out, so I couldn't actually do some things, so... Alright, sorry folks, got the dice log back. I'm sorry, what did you say?
I said high.
Alright. It's in your favor, so whatever that would be. So if you want them to have already gotten their mechs and gotten off, it's been roughly... Sorry, I just saw what Google... Apparently when I'm saying mechs, Google thinks I'm saying Mexican, and I don't know, like, how I feel about this. This is a very awkward situation, so I'm going to have to be slower when I say it. If you want them to have gotten their Mektons, let me switch over to this word, because this is a thing for this game. If you want them to have gotten their Mektons and gotten off ship, you can. It's been a couple hours since y'all started everything.
I think so we're just saying, like, they came, they got them, they left. There's no other excursion that occurred during that.
No. Basically, they would have thanked y'all, and that would have kind of been it.
All right, I'm good with that. I'm good with them coming and getting their toys and getting them out of our life.
Yeah.
Very, very.
All right. So the pirates have gotten their stuff. We're good to go. What is stopping us from just scooting on out of here to a safe distance and just not getting involved?
Gonna be honest. I don't really want to be here when the shooting starts.
Yes,
There's
exactly.
so many. No.
Not at all. But I am immensely curious as to what would happen if we were. Like, I don't, like, it's a morbid sort of thing. Like, I don't know. It's like watching two spaceships collide. Like you know they can't stop, but you just can't tear your eyes away from the monitors. I don't know.
This is how traffic jams start, Penjani. I know. We know where the traffic jam. We know where the crash is going to happen, and now we can sit and watch if we want to know what's going to happen. But if we sit here and watch, it's likely that we're going to get involved somehow.
We are going to get involved somehow. We are. If I've learned nothing else from a bar fight, is that you're in the bar fight if there's a bar fight. It happens.
You can only hide under a table till the table gets flipped over.
Basically.
Yeah.
You've seen that. You've done this clearly. You understand.
Well, I love a good bar fight, but I think that this might be one.
Bar.
Yeah. This bar might be ready for us to get on out of here. I see no problem with us casually scooting off somewhere, and making whatever jump we need to make, um, unless there's any reason we think that either of the factions would be watching for that and would try to intervene, and maybe we just have a plan B and C if that's the case.
Here's my thought. If we're concerned about needing to spring into action, then maybe we should prep to spring into action. We got those 2 big mechs set up and ready to go. So Beta, you and I could stand by in them.
Are they ready?
Yeah, they should be.
They're ready.
Oh my god. Okay, well maybe we should stick around for a bit.
We do not need to stick around to
we spent a
commit
couple hours
violence.
fixing them.
I just, kind of want to see what they could do.
This feels very, very poorly directed energy to me.
This is a terrible, terrible idea.
Okay, so if I understand it, Roost and Beta are going to be the 2 to pilot the dragon mechs.
Yeah.
All right.
Unless Penjani really wants to. Roost is
Yeah.
just suggesting that because Roost and Beta have the most experience fighting, I think.
Actually,
and Penjani has voiced not enjoying fighting.
I think Penjani is kind of more interested in the special maneuver that his mech can do if he does have to get into the battle.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's
perfect.
if that's the case. If that's the case, Roost would give it up pretty easily.
All right. Then I'm going to ask you a couple quick questions, Roost. What is your reflexes?
What is my reflexes? My Roost's reflexes?
Yes.
Okay. Is this the me? It is +7.
Okay. And your mecha piloting?
My mecha piloting is all the way down here.
If you pull up your current enforcer, it should all be at the top right there.
Oh, that's right. And now I gotta scroll up to the top of this one. My mecha piloting is +3.
Okay. And your fighting?
My mech fighting is +1.
And your gunnery?
+2.
Let's toss this to you. And you can take a look at what you just gained. And
Oh, wait, no. I was saying that Roost would not take the dragon if you're muted, Ark.
No, I think what RPGHour was saying was the mech that he currently has a special weapon on it already.
Oh.
So I'm fine with sticking with my base mech. And
Got it. I misunderstood.
letting you 2 rock with the dragon mechs.
Okay, cool.
It should be fun. It should be a fun time.
Yeah, there is a maneuver that I thought was going to come into play a lot earlier that Penjani hasn't used their mech to do. So if they get out and start using that, it's going to be a very different fight. And while technically that mech isn't on par with the dragon mechs,
That weapon is on par with the dragon mechs.
yeah, I was gonna say that weapon is
12? What? All right, cool.
So, let's go ahead and do this right quick. Emilio, if you will give me Beta's information. Let's start with reflexes.
Yeah, +10.
And your
Very
mecha
nice.
piloting.
+2.
And your fighting.
+5.
And your gunnery.
+2.
All right. And I'm going to toss this over to you. Where'd you go? There you are.
Sweet. Oh, very cool.
So, the outer shell of the dragon mechs, the Mektons, is a very, very thin polymer. But everything underneath has quite a bit of bulk to it. So that they're a little bit more fancy. Now, you will notice that down below I just realized something. Can I still? Okay. There is because of the way that the sheets work here. There's 2 pod SPs on top of each other, and then 2 pod kills. So the top pod SP goes with the top pod kill. The top pod, the bottom one, goes with the bottom one. Those are missile pods. So if you do take damage to a pod, which you are going to be able to take damage specifically just to your wings and pods separately.
Okay.
And if your wings go down, your maneuverability goes down. If your pods go down, then that's just a weapon. Do read in regards to if you scroll down to the weapons, there are certain things that if a part of the Mekton is damaged, certain weapons will no longer work. So do keep that in mind. But otherwise, so as the battle kind of starts to unfold,
I guess we're sticking around to watch.
y'all talked a little bit too long. They already had a lot of their Mektons out, and they kind of get to business a little quicker than y'all expected. Another ship drops in, and Bovin pushes this information out to y'all. So you're able to see it on the nearest computer that you have or on your Mekton's display screen. It's an ironbound ship, and the sub flag that it is flying is very familiar to Roost. And the data from it shows that it is it's a different kind of strike ship. It's more similar to those the ironbound ships that are here already at the base. But this one only holds a total of 10 Mektons. And it's basically a very, very small... it's literally a bridge, some sleeping pods in a hallway, and right next to the sleeping pods is a drop hatch, which drops a pilot directly to a Mekton. Its engine is... it's a fusion system as well, but it's a much smaller fusion system than what y'all have. But it is meant for long-range capabilities. The ship itself does not have any weapons, but it does have 6 Mektons on it. Because y'all locked yourselves out, you can't get specific information on what this ship has on it. The last thing that it recorded is that it was it only held 6 units. And it was 2 of each of the kind that y'all had on your ship. So it would be basically on par with the standard mechs that y'all had. 2 enforcers, 2 glades, and 2 shadows. But that's the only information that y'all have on him. There is another ship that's just outside of your sensor's range. But you only notice it because of something that is kind of pinging off of the new ironbound ship that's already there, so it could have been there for a lot longer. But Roost, that flag is extremely familiar to you.
And Penjani and Beta probably noticed Roost's body language immediately stiffen and harden as that comes on the radar. You're muted.
You okay, Roost? What's up?
That crest. I was on the ships that attacked my planet when my brother was killed.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Sorry. That was these guys?
I was that ship, that crest that is on that ironbound ship. It's a long story. My brother was ironbound. He was stealing tech for the planet so that we could make our lives better. He got found out. We got found out IronBound came to collect. Got a bit of a grudge.
I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe it's a good thing we hung out a little bit longer then.
Yeah.
I don't
What do
know
you
if
what,
I
what do you
agree
want to
with
do?
What do I want? I want to get in that dragon mech and I want to blow that ship to pieces. That's what I want to do. But as far as our survival goes, I feel like that should not take precedent. This is not exactly the situation that I wanted to be in when I hunted any of them down.
How about I just run one last set of flight checks on your mech just to make sure. We'll see what we can do.
I'm not going to stop you.
I'm pretty sure that Bovin can get us out of here lickety split if need be. So maybe we settle the score, get it a little bit closer to settle before we got to get out of here.
You met me 4 days ago, Penjani. You don't owe me this.
Nope. No, I do not. And honestly, there's probably part of me that's going to regret this later. But for now, I think you should hop in this mech. It's good to go.
Roost nods. All right, I guess Roost is going to get suited up.
Okay. In all of the years that you've worked around Mektons of varying sizes, between farming equipment Mektons, construction Mektons, and then the battle Mektons that you've been interacting with, you've never seen an operating system like this. It's got a slight artificial intelligence to it. So it registers your chip, and it locks the system down to only allowing you access from this point forward. It walks you through some different kinds of options, lets you pick dialects, so you can pick somebody speaking almost any form of any language, even like sub-dialects from tiny little places, whatever would make you feel most comfortable hearing a voice chattering in your ear at any time. And the sensors on it turn out to be really good. Being that you're still inside the ship, it basically shows you where every single bot and every single person on the ship is everywhere within the ship. When you're in your enforcers, it can basically do like a small sweep of the area and kind of give you an idea of what the level that you're on is, and that's it. That's the 100% extent of it. But this is like every detail. You even can see like bovine scratching right where their chip is, and right where his chip is, and like every little detail of what people are doing right now is coming up on the sensors that you have. And the movements are quicker, faster, just like a tiny little nudge, and the hand is just a lot more responsive than anything you've ever seen.
So I imagine Roost fiddling with the sensors at first, like, damn, we got eyes everywhere. Little twitch forward as Beta is loading up in his Mekton, and the dragon lurches forward in the hallway, and the like two dragons are like face to face. I'm like, oh, okay, they're sensitive. They're sensitive. Let me tweak that a little bit.
Oh man, how do you like it though?
Feels good. Feels weird. Where's the cockpit? Is it in the head of the dragon or is it in the chest?
So to gain entry, the head slinks down and a hatch is shown, and you have to kind of crawl between shoulder blades and the wing areas and the head to get in. But once you're in, you realize that like you are dead center of where the chest piece is. And the way that the cockpit is there's just the main seat, and then there's a little cubby like right behind you, but there's a ladder, and you can see that in that other little area, there's 2 passenger seats and like a little bit of a storage area around it. And that's right about where the stomach would be, the storage area. And you can see on your schematics how the stomach could open to basically make it so that you could store stuff and put stuff in.
You know, I always felt like heads on Mektons was a bit useless, considering we don't usually sit in them and they provide no purpose when we have sensors on all sides. But this looks pretty cool, and I'm just glad I'm not sitting in it.
Hey, Roost, I know a couple just sort of basic kind of starter exercises that I always do in a new mech that I learned from my time in training. You want to maybe follow me with a couple of these?
Hit me.
And so I'm going to just do like some kind of like, a kata in karate, just sort of like some slow but controlled movements to move the mech around a little bit, very carefully.
Okay.
And see if just to get the hang of the controls, and see if Bruce can follow me in that.
Roost will do his best to follow along with that. Are these like Far Eastern dragons, or are they more European kind of dragons as far as their body shape goes?
A little bit of a mix, actually.
Okay.
The head styling is a bit more of an Eastern style. The almost the way that the armor pieces fit together, almost matches. What is that style called? I can't remember the name of the style of it now. It's almost like a blocky art style. I can see it in my head, and I just can't remember what this is called. But the wing style, the general nature of the body, it is very much sort of like a Western feel to it. Maybe sort of an Eastern Wyvern feel, but for the most part, it's very much a mixture of different styles, and it's a sort of blocky nature to the artwork. I even follow somebody like this on Twitter, and I can't all of a sudden find them. But yeah, and but yeah, they're very much a mixture of different styles. So it's very much whoever created these is definitely using people from different areas because it has a very naturally put together feel.
Okay. Cool. So Roost, after doing our warm-up exercises, I suppose Roost is just waiting for us to head off.
Yeah, what are we seeing on the sensors? What's happening as far as the other chips? And the other mechs?
So the sensors don't actually reach outside of the ship because
Okay,
the way
just
the ship
inside.
is because the way the ship is designed, it actually will block fairly well on the outside, the outer hull.
Sure.
But the information that you're able to get from Bovin, when you ask this, you do see that there's 35 effective units from IronBound fighting, and Frost Inc. has only sent out 7. And Frost Inc. is... It kind of looks like what would happen if Ferrari designed a Mekton. It's a very sleek, really cool looking style, and they are basically holding their own. Mekton is very industrial in nature and in their style, but these models look very, very new. Penjani, you recognize it as a the Mektons that are being used. You recognize some of the features on there. Those were used in a training, or not in a training, but when some of the bigger companies go to try and get jobs, basically working with other organizations to work as like security or mercenary things. They basically send out these giant. They send out a squad of Mektons, and they have them fight against a squad of Mektons from another organization. There was a spare Mekton that had no affiliations, markings on it, or anything that showed up to one of these, and it basically wiped the floor with every other organization there. It did end up malfunctioning, and it did end up, it was able to be vested in the end. But these don't seem to have that same issue. They're not as powerful. They're not dealing as big of a blow, but they're a lot faster. They're able to basically hit and then maneuver away before the Ironbound can even like begin to get a weapon aimed in that direction or swung in that direction.
Yeah, you all getting this? Like, you getting these ratings? These new Mektons are looking. Let's keep them. Let's keep them not against us. Let's just do that.
Yeah. Does it look like the our target ship is engaged in the fight?
Oh, absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
They're
All right.
sitting. Most ship sensors wouldn't pick them up. So either they don't realize the capabilities of the ship that you're in, or they know and they're waiting to see what y'all do.
Oh, as if they are here intentionally for us. Okay, because they said it's another strike ship, so we took down the one strike ship, and now they're coming to look for us. All right, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
This one is definitely different than the other ones that y'all have seen before. This one does have a lot more. It is more heavily armored. You're pretty sure that it would take a lot more. No, I mean, granted, with those Dragon Mechs that y'all have, probably not as big of an issue, but you definitely think that it would take a lot more to like take it out than the one that y'all did on the surface. Because even though it is technically smaller in interior space than the one that y'all took out down there, it's actually almost a third bigger just from the armor plating on it.
We had some help down there too.
We did. Well, we'll see how this goes, I suppose. We didn't have these the last time that we were.
Yeah, we sure did not.
If things start looking badly, don't hesitate to pull out and get out of here. Regardless if I'm on the ship or not.
We're not leaving you behind, Roost.
I sure hope not. But you should know that I would prefer that if it comes to it that you did.
Okay, noted.
We'll take that into account.
So as a quick reminder, these don't actually fit through the opening to be launched out the launcher. You do have to open the whole side panel, and they have to kind of like slide out sideways to get out because they are so big.
Can we
Remind me that I gotta like see if we can like adjust the launcher like dynamics a bit, like maybe like widen it a bit. We'll work on that for later if we're gonna keep these.
we'll keep that on the later to-do list. Can we? Well, no, because that would mean we were flying at them backwards, and that didn't go fantastic last time.
Well, I mean, it went pretty well.
Yeah, but
To be fair, y'all technically are already facing backwards to them. To be connected to the port.
I was thinking, what if we set up another one of those bots in another one of the mechs and had the launcher loaded as a bait? Make them think what we're doing is we're launching out and just fire one of the mechs at them. But at that point, that's our second mech and our second bot lost, and this ship is more heavily armored, so that might not actually be a good idea.
I don't think we have to do all that. Besides, I'm pretty sure they're just waiting on us at this point. If they were gonna go help their buddies, they would have gone and done it already, I think.
All right. Well, I suppose let's not make them wait any longer. Bovin, if you want to take us out.
So, what is the plan here? I mean,
What is the plan?
there's
The
a lot
plan?
of there's a lot of shipwreckage around here. There's a lot of asteroids around here that have been kind of pulled in, because the space station is meant to be sort of a neutral ground, and shipwreckage and asteroids can help create a sort of barrier. And so there's not a whole lot of wiggle room around here. The 5 main areas to come in and out are fairly open. And that's on this side of things, the area that is open is also near a jump gate. And that's what they're actually behind the jump gate.
The other Ironbound.
The other Ironbound. And so is the other ship that you can't really get a good read on. Technically, y'all can use a jump gate. It doesn't use your jump drive. It saves a little bit of energy. But you will have a moment of vulnerability before it fully dials in.
What do you think the plan should be, Beta? You've got more experience planning strategic strikes. Strategery.
This
You studied at Strategery University.
SU was good. You know, I was part of that frat. All right, well, just let this go. Well, I mean, originally we were gonna just, you know, slip out of here, but I sort of still think waiting a bit is smart, because if the Frost Inc. folks start to win, then it may force this other Ironbound to help out. If the Ironbound overwhelm the Frost Inc. with their numbers, then we, you know, may have an opportunity then in opening as well, if they're sort of thinking that they've won the fight and they're, you know, ready to leave. It seems like this other ship is watching us, or you know, waiting to engage, waiting for something. Maybe not us, but presumably everyone's looking for us these days. So I'm going to guess that they are. If we could, you know, I don't just want to sit on our heels. If there's something we could do now to position ourselves better for either joining, you know, supporting Frost Inc. or hitting the Ironbound from behind, this would be the time to make that maneuver. Alternatively, we could if we are ready to walk away, we could try to jump.
So you know that if you jump too close to port, you're going to damage the space station itself. And remember, it's basically the size of New York City.
Yeah.
It's more like a spire. It's more like a half a ear of corn. Is the best way to kind of like describe it. So I mean, you damage it, you're potentially ripping a hole that could hurt or kill a lot of people.
Yeah.
If you get far enough out, it'll just be. There's more than enough clear area out past things a little bit. But the fight is happening in between the end of the docks and the jump gate. And that's normally the area that you'd be able to safely jump.
What if Beta, can we send, or Beta and Penjani, I guess, what if we send a signal to that ship, that officer who you made him soil himself, and tell him that we need to get out of here and that we're going to skirt the other side of the IronBound line and that they need to give us some cover so we can do that. We can start heading away from the port, get away from the fight, and if that ship is following us, it'll follow us out of the fight, out of the city.
That's an idea. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, well, we lost Emilio.
All right, I need to go back in and edit scene right quick.
Sorry. Can you all hear me still?
Yeah.
Can now.
Oh my gosh. I don't know what's going on. My connection is just dropping. So it's so weird.
Probably should check to make sure that your dragon Mekton was okay. Just give me a second. I'll take a quick look.
Yeah. Yeah. Please run some scans and tests.
All right. So everything looks good on the Mektons. They're fully operational. They're good to go. In regards to the way that y'all want to position yourselves, like I said, there's not much that you can do. And in regards to sending a message, do remember there is that other strike ship out there. If they've communicated anything to that other ship, it could turn all those Mektons against you if it goes against anything that they've sent. You would know that because, when IronBound comes into an area, they like to communicate with each other. And there is a chance that they communicated with them, trying to find out what's going on, and finding out that, they got an order to do this, even if it is an official channel order, that could have put you on the radar. They could be waiting to see what happens. Or they could just leave it alone, expecting y'all to try and skirt the battle and come straight to them.
That might work, but it also might not.
It's like we're playing chess.
We've got to give that first IronBound shift time to engage, because if they are not engaged when we do whatever we're going to do, then they could quickly turn on us, right? So we've got to hold tight for at least, a little bit here.
I feel like we should at least disconnect from the dock, turn ourselves around, and be ready to head in a direction.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll do that. Disconnect us, turn us around so we can choose where we're going, and just wait.
I was thinking,
Oh, sorry.
What's that?
what if we get far enough out and we just jump? They're probably trying to do something in the other to follow us, right? There are tons of places we could have ended up after we jumped, so they've got to have something in the other that they're using to track us. So maybe if we jump, we can jump someplace that's less crowded.
Yeah.
I mean, we wouldn't be
have-
able to
Do
get
we have
any
the
help, but
do
we
we have
wouldn't
the
have to worry about
coordinates
anybody
of-
else getting hurt.
Do we have the coordinates of the pirates' base?
Yes.
Oh yeah, we sure do.
Hmm.
Although they are not there.
No,
The
they're
ones-
not. They have allies there, though.
The ones that we know are not there.
We do know that they don't like IronBound, though, and that IronBound was following them. So if they see
Oh, I
a
like this.
labeled IronBound ship and one that is chasing a non-labeled IronBound ship or a not IronBound ship, I lost my accent. They're likely to fire at one over the other.
That is a great point.
And we don't have pirates on board anymore. We don't have to stick around.
That's a good point.
We can make a second jump.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I like
this.
this.
I like this. I like
Yeah.
this plan. All right, so we just need to get far enough away from the city to jump. It's a city port.
Yeah,
Practically a city.
maybe we say that as a backup though, because if we can just take these guys out, and that would be great.
All right.
See if we can try to avoid, oh no, well, we ended up wiping out these ironbound ships, but who drew them to us? Oh no!
That's fair. All right, we'll keep that as the backup. So we just try to head out of the city and fight them on open ground. So
Sounds good to me.
Mm-hmm.
open void.
So there's a couple of options for jumping. You can jump right by this jump gate, but it's going to damage the jump gate. You can jump where the battle's going on, but it's going to take out some Mektons from two different organizations. Or you can just fly right past the jump gate at them and jump there. Hope they don't have guns.
It's pretty badass too. Straight towards them.
Sure, why not? That'll get their attention. If they are here for us, it will send a message. Feels like a horrible plan, but let's do it.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Every plan is a horrible plan when someone's trying to kill you.
All right.
So much wisdom today, Penjani.
Hey, I gotta get it out now. You never know when I might not get another chance to.
So y'all are able to get past the battle. A couple of stray shots hit the hull, but nothing to be worried about. You get kind of close to the jump gate, and the sensors, the ship sensors, finally pick up that other ship, and you recognize it. It is a backup vessel for the original crew of this ship. And it's very similar to the other one that y'all could see, only it holds the crest that the ship that y'all are on uses. They are far enough away that if you jump close to this first vessel, nothing's going to happen to you, or that happen to them. And the closer that you get, they do drop a Mekton. The first vessel that y'all saw.
All right. I'm thinking that they're ready to fight. They know that we're here.
Yep. That looks like a party favor.
If we jump now, we might be able to temporarily disable the one ship, and they'll follow us. If we're going 2v1, we need to separate them. If we're running, we just need to run. 2v1 doesn't sound like a good fight. I don't even want to fight 2v1 given the circumstances. I get it. I want to exact my revenge, but not like foolishly.
Of course.
I gotta say, you're probably my favorite vengeful person ever. You're like the least likely to get me killed in pursuit of vengeance, and I really appreciate that. I've lost friends over this. I gotta be honest.
It's not like a blind and rage. I went to therapy at some point. I worked out my
That's
issues.
good. That's good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Very
I
healthy.
say I worked out my issues. You can't say that the healthiest thing in the world is pursuing violent vengeance. But like, I don't have a death wish. for myself.
Fine then.
Yeah.
So is the plan still to jump to where the pirates are?
I think the plan is to currently just jump somewhere out into open space.
Open space.
Okay. There is a system not too far that y'all had on the readouts that is uncolonized at this point. There's a couple of planets in it, none in the Goldilocks zone. There's some folks talking about building some space stations there, and that's roughly about it. Otherwise, every other system that's kind of nearby, that in case something happens, you've got somewhere that you can sort of crash land to, or take the jump ship to, or jump in your Mektons to try and get away for a minute or so. They all have a space station or a Goldilocks planet. Vast majority of them, there's only one, so you'd be able to have a very large area to fight in without being right next to anything, but there's only one that has nobodies. But that also means that if you go down there, there's absolutely no way to... or there's two, but the other one has the pirates at it.
Pirates are a plan B, and we can jump a second time. Let's go to the open area. We've got repair drones.
All right.
And I don't intend to lose.
Good. That's the best part, I think. I like that part, the not losing part.
All right, and on the random generator of what happens to the ship in close... oh, yeah, they have a Mekton out. The Mekton is completely destroyed.
They had a Mekton out.
I didn't see any Mekton.
Mekton, I don't know them.
But their systems are down. They're going to need a full repair before they're able to go anywhere. The jump gate would have been a little close. So the jump gate is not properly functioning anymore. So this ship will not be welcome back near that space station for quite a while. But I don't know that that's really a concern. I think Bovin would be the only one upset about that. But otherwise, their ship is going to need some time to be repaired. And they potentially have lost some folks or have some other systems completely damaged. But other than that, right now, there's no major issues or anything that y'all can see. This is an open area, and the other ship jumps here. And it's those folks. It's the people that used to own this ship. And as soon as they come into range, oh no. Sorry, folks. I am old school, so I like to write things on paper as well as looking at digital stuff. I'm sorry. I thought I had a empty notebook over here, but I don't, so I've got to grab some paper. So as soon as they drop in, they drop Mektons as well. And it's 4 enforcers. So you have time to, before they get here, we're going to go ahead and get initiative rolls from everybody, but since the two of y'all are in your Mektons, there is enough time for y'all to deploy, but you won't be able to close distance or fire. This is just a deciding what you're going to do right quick.
All right.
So first off, let's get initiatives for everyone.
All right. I think Penjani's going to hop in his as well, just to kind of make sure that we aren't like too shortchanged given the number of combatants. And I'm pretty sure that Bovin will have to worry about, some fancy flight work in the meantime. So
Initiative roll is reflexes and anything else?
No, it's just reflexes and a D10.
so
right.
I should.
Oh, beta going quick.
I'm ready. Let's go.
All right, so that's beta with a 19.
Penjani has a 14.
14.
I got a 9.
Okay, that was that roll. Okay. And now for theirs. What? I was able to see that earlier. Oh, okay, there it is. All right. This is why I'm upset that I didn't have my book, because now I've forgotten their names.
Mo, Larry, Curly.
No, these ones actually have names that was played out on another stream. So we've got Tellus. Who's got... And then we've got Silas. Which I don't know that one. I don't know that he actually made it to that stream. I don't think he did. And then we've got Helios.
Oh no. I'm sorry, Helios. I'm sorry for what I have to do.
And then we've got Quinlan. Which I think everybody's favorite was Tellus, Kevin Tellus. All right, so the first roll is going to be for Tellus, which is going to be... I can't move that. Sorry, folks. I know that there is a giant thing right in front of the dice roller. All right, so my math skills say this.
Oof.
Yeah, remember their strike force. These folks were basically special forces and ready. And these are calculated with a negative to their ability to do things. But the good news is, everyone, they're in regular enforcers.
Hmm.
Oh, they can go first. That's fine. They can all go first.
All right, so 3 of them are going to get to go. Beta will go, Arc will go, Helios will go, and then Roost. That's going to be the order that all of them are going to be going in. Oh, I almost forgot. I said 6 launched, right? I did say the whole 6 launched.
Oh, I wrote down 4.
I thought I
Okay.
heard 4.
Okay, then never mind. We'll roll these for in a minute then. And, all right, so things are changing a little bit. Y'all recognize the names on the sides of 2 of the Mektons that have come out, Silos and Quinlan. The other one, it says, the other two say Exo and Tess. You do not recognize those names from the information that you saw on the ship. So these may be new add-ons since everything went down. Which, in keeping with everything, it's been actually almost a week. It's been 6 days since y'all originally took this. So, top of initiative, because of the range on the weapons that they have, they're still actually trying to get into range. And so all 4 of those Mektons are going to spend their time double moving up to y'all. Because they wanted to keep their ship as far back as possible to make sure that it could swoop in, scoop them up, and get them out safely if need be, rather than having it get damaged and they not have a way out. So they're going to be moving in. So that's going to push down to Beta. Side hatch is open. You've launched. You have one action. You can either move towards them, close the distance, or you can just position yourself between. You can either do like a short closing distance, you can stay where you are, or you can like do a very big closing the distance and basically do like a head off. You won't be able to, you won't be able to attack this round, but you will be able to put yourself between the ship and them. It just depends on how much you want to do.
I think I actually would like to take a bit of an angle from the ship, and so that moving in their direction, but I don't want to be between them and the ship, because if any shots miss, I don't want them hitting the ship. I just want them going out into space.
Okay. And then that's going to come down to Penjani. You're going to be able to get into your Mekton. And you'll be able to maneuver yourself to where you want to exit this round, but that would be sort of it. I
think he will. I think he'll follow Beta's lead, so he'll head for whichever exit is in the same direction that Beta seems to be going in. He's not the soldier, so he thinks the soldier knows what's going on. So
the Dragon Mektons have to be on each side of the ship because of how large they are. So the ship's sides are open like this, those side hatches. And so it's just basically be like a soft slide out and then just a flight forward is what's happening with Beta. So Arc is you're probably about 2/3 to half the size of the Mektons that they're in.
I'll just kind of pop out the door before it finishes closing. It's just like I just pop out behind him.
Okay.
Little pilot fish. You just
yeah, exactly.
And then Roost, same thing for you. You can either just hang out right outside the ship. You can kind of position yourself like right in front of the ship, or you can actually sort of close the distance a little bit.
I apologize. What did Beta do?
So Beta sort of did a closing the distance, but also went at an angle out from the ship, as I understand. So right. If this is the ship here, Beta went like this. So closing the distance to them, but also angling out so that if they were to fire at Beta, the fire would go away from the ship.
I think Roost is going to do the same thing, but mirrored. So he's going to flank out in the other direction.
Okay. That's good. Kind of a pseudo, not pincer attack, but flank. There we go. I couldn't think. Sorry, I was talking Flames of War, sort of talking Flames of War last night, and so my brain like clicked into military mode. Like tanks, Panzer, Strack. So some things in my brain are still back there. Which, if those of y'all that don't know, 15 millimeter, if you're playing in person, makes a great size. You can do huge things. There's a lot of fantasy miniatures for 15 millimeter. And if you're doing a sort of modern day thing, Flames of War has a lot of really cool stuff. It's World War II, but there's a lot of really cool little minis that you can get there. So I like minis, but I also like being able to play on a tiny table if that's all you have. So, all right, so I'm gonna do. So that's gonna start initiative back over at the bottom, and they're gonna be sort of in range. 2 more Mektons are gonna pop out, but they're still gonna be maneuvering towards y'all. So we're gonna start with Silas. So Silas is going to do 2 things. One, maneuver closer, kind of closing the range, because like I said, their weapons aren't as cool and as long range as y'all's. And that's going to be that. That's that. So... so that's a total of 5 for shooting at Roost. So Roost, all you got to do is just not botch a dodge roll.
And that is reflexes, or no, it's crap. It's been a week and I didn't remember how to do it in the first place.
Not a problem. If you go to Will New, the new version of your character sheet, and you just scroll down to, where is this? It should be reflexes. There's a dodge escape, which it looks like you have a 0 on. But if you just click that, or just click reflexes, that'll be what you're doing.
That's for me, right? That's not for my Mekton?
Oh, I am so sorry.
I flew out with a jetpack and an oxygen mask.
Yes. No, so what you're going to do is you're just going to hit your MR and then piloting and then hit roll.
I didn't botch.
Awesome. Yeah, he flew towards you and then like fired a beam weapon, and it's just like you don't remember the enforcers being this inferior, but at the same time, like maybe it's the dragon that you're in. Like it's
maybe I'm just good.
So Quinlan's gonna get to go next. They're gonna do the same thing, but they're gonna go after Beta this time.
Can't hit what you can't see. Huh, huh. Oh crap. MR plus piloting.
Yes.
Come on, exploding. Oh, close.
Luck is a mechanic. Luck is a mechanic.
I'm feeling lucky. Is this a time when I can use luck or no? Is this
I mean, yeah. But I mean, how many luck do you have? 10?
I'll hold it. I want to do something spectacular.
So a single D10 is I closed the wrong window a second ago, so give me 1 second. All right, so that's going to be a roll on the special chart, which is going to be cinematic damage, which is a roll on a different chart.
Oh boy.
All right, so you're going to take half damage to your torso, and you're going to have a thruster malfunction. However, with the way that your Mekton's thrusters are, it's not going to be the exact same as what the description is here. Normally, you'd be able to only move in one direction and hope that nothing's in your way. But you just won't be able to make as fancy of a maneuver.
I can live with that. Is that half 5? So 2 or 3 damage, or is that 5 the total damage?
Sorry. I don't remember saying 5.
No, sorry. I'm just looking at the roll. No, it's something else there. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, no. That was where it is. So this is the heavy beam gun, which does 6 damage, so you'll take 3 to the torso. 3
torso. Okay. Perfect. And then, is there a way to indicate a thruster being out, or I just remember that.
Just remember that, or if you click the edit button and then go down to sub-assemblies. I called them boosters on here, but you could basically put that you have one out.
Cool.
Where the crap did that come from? Did anybody else hear that noise?
No.
Okay.
What noise?
It was like a video game like accomplishment thing, and I don't know.
Weird. Yeah, no, I don't hear that.
No.
Click edit again right quick, Emilio.
Yeah. Did that do it?
No. I was hoping that it was like some cool like roll feature, but all right. Don't know where that came from. Freaked me out a little bit. I'm okay. Hey, it's 420.
The system is breaking. You just earned an achievement in the simulation.
Yeah. Or maybe it was the 420 alarm.
I will take a 420 alarm. Which, right quick, I want to take a quick verbal break, letting everyone know, thank you so much for liking the podcast version of this show. We hit 420, I think last week at some point, and it's still going up. We are currently close to 500 total downloads for the podcast version of this show, making it the most successful in all of the runs of RPGHour Studios. Which still baffles me because I thought that Star Wars fans would have loved our Star Wars show that we did. Ironically, I just realized Emilio was wearing a Star Wars shirt. So I wasn't sure what was going on. And the fact that that's y'all really like this show, do let us know. Tips help to keep it going. And I know that this is the series finale, but it doesn't mean that I can't finagle something where we gather all these folks back together for a one-shot addition to the story. So if you're listening to this and you're like, there's no additional things, put some money in a pot and I can try and get these folks out together. And depending on some things, may even have all these same folks together for a horror game during Halloween, but we'll have to see what happens. So that's the only additional maneuver that they can do. Did I mess anything up? Okay, no. I moved some stuff around so that I could have the combat summary up full time. So I can't see everybody's beautiful faces anymore. So that's actually going to put initiative back to Beta, and then Ark's going to go. I'm sorry, Beta will go, one of them will go, and then Ark will go, and 2 of them will go. Yeah, Beta, you are all except for the 2 new ones that dropped are in range of your weapons.
Lovely. Well, that shot, was a little irritating that I just took that hit, but I'm impressed with how little it seems to have affected this mech. And so I look down at my control system here and I just see all these weapon options listed, and it is very exciting. So many more weapons than I've ever seen on a mech before. Almost hard to choose. It's a little bit like a kid in a candy store, but I think I'm going to have to just hit somebody with a beam cannon.
Okay. Unlike the beam cannons that are on the Enforcers, these beam cannons are a little more hidden. And so when you pull out one of these beam cannons, it's almost as if the Mekton transforms a little bit and it kind of slides out from a holster, so to speak.
Cool.
And comes forward. And so you do have to... The Mekton positions itself down rather than it sliding forward like it does on the Enforcers. And that's going to fire. So are you targeting the one that just shot at you, or...
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Quinlan, right? Yeah, he's got to.
Yeah, that was
Or
Quinlan.
they've got to. Yeah, they've got to pay. And so beam cannon for you, Quinlan. And let's see, that is MR plus gunnery.
Yes. And that's Quinlan, so that's.
Oh my goodness.
Narrowly avoids it. You want to do it again?
Yeah, I'm just getting the hang of this. This new mech, getting the controls down. I think I got it.
Did you add your +2 from the weapon?
Oh no, I did not.
Which means you would have met the roll.
So we will go back and we will go ahead and resolve that. And also, they exploded on the second time of dodging you, attempting to dodge you. So we'll see how your second shot works. But go ahead and give me a D10 to see where you have just hit.
Thanks for that, Will. Forgot about that. 3.
So this is going to be the torso, which. Okay. And that's 12K, I believe.
12K damage. These things are beasts.
So that's doing the math. Okay. You can see the outer shell of where Quinlan is inside the Mekton. The entirety of the torso plating is gone on that Enforcer. And like you can see like it has scorched. There is a chance that Quinlan cannot get out of that pod, or the cockpit encasement, because it looks like basically it was a flash weld, with all the scorching there. And
Beta lets out like a surprise, like ah ha, ha! Oh, he's trying to shoot at me. You're shooting at me.
And I'm going to be nice. I'm going to re-roll the dodge roll, since you did.
I think Quinlan can keep that one.
Okay. All right. Let's see what your attack roll against
Let's
that is.
see if I can. Yeah. I think I.
Uh-oh. We lost Ark.
All right. Let me get ready to.
Gunnery and then a +2 to that. Yeah, I'll just get this all set up.
It's funny. We didn't have as many drops with Gilded, but there was always like little like issues with the images or issues with audio, because it's really meant for like higher end systems technically. But we've had a lot of drops this go.
Yeah.
I hope he comes back.
Right.
Go ahead.
Shall I take this? Yeah. Here goes. Give me an explosion here. Oh, dang it. Okay. That was a good try.
See, yeah, that just glances right past, and so Tess is coming up in an Enforcer, and Tess is going to actually slide on over towards Roost's area. Is going to try and back up Silas. So, sorry, trying to calculate this. Okay. That is a 14 against you, Roost.
Okay. Oh, that's unfortunate. All right, so that was a 1, so a 9 minus 5.
Oh.
Miserable luck.
Okay. So the good news is... What?
Oh no, because I still have to minus it, and I have 10, and it was a 14. I'm not going to burn all my luck on dodging one hit.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's 6K.
Okay.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I have to determine where that hits.
Yeah, I just
6K
tell
all
me
over
what
the
Brett.
body. 6K to the torso.
Okay.
We still do not have Penjani back. Arc slash Penjani. I see them still on the roll.
Mm-hmm.
Might be a good time to take a water break.
Yeah, let's go ahead and. Oh god, we're in the middle of initiative.
I mean, so we
You know,
could make an assumption, right? Like Penjani came out in the what's this? In the direction same direction as Beta, and there's a couple enforcers on that side, right?
he said almost back in Twitch chat.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
Oh, I guess we sent that at the same time. All right. We will go ahead and do a quick 3-minute break. Sorry, give me 1 second because I'm pulling it up on the browser so that I can hit. Because that's one thing that I don't understand why their personal thing over here doesn't have the capability of. I can't. I wish the stream manager was built into this. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, Twitch. So I'm going to hit us a ad break. So we will be back in just a few minutes, folks. Hey, folks. I am 100% baffled by what happened, but our entire Mekton Heist layout just went to absolute crap. Um, oh, okay. I see what happened. Um, I apparently am not able to read today, and I accidentally edited another show's background or tab, and that's where all of our Mekton High stuff was. So I do apologize about that weirdness that just happened. We are back. We are still Sans Arc Dragon Breath. We will get him sorted into everything when he is able to make it back on. And until then, we are going to assume that he is doing a quick little holding action. All right, kind of got things moved around. So it should look a little bit more accurate with folks' names under themselves while we were waiting for Ark to get back. So Penjani would have gone after Tess, and so that'll be Exo's turn. Exo is going to head over and back up Quinlan. So Beta, you are getting a second person that is coming for you. They will have to move to be fully in range of you. And so what this is going to do... oh, I did not mean to do that. I clicked the wrong spot. So let's see here. So everything's said and done. They are a flat 10, and they just shot at you for 12.
Dodge chance, yeah.
Yes.
That's a 13.
Not even close, baby.
No.
That is too funny. So that's gonna put us at the. They're still maneuvering in. So Roost.
All right. Are the people that are engaged with Beta in range, or are the only people in range the ones that have closed in on me?
Everybody that is currently on the map is in range except for Tellus and Helios, because they are still closing. They will be in range next round, and they will still not be in range to attack you. Like, you'll be in their range, they won't be in... They'll be in your range, you won't be in their range at the start of the next round.
All right, I'm gonna fire a beam at the guy that Beta already injured, I think.
All right, you're gonna hit Quinlan's. Which, weren't you the one that played Quinlan?
No, I played
Okay.
Helios.
Oh, okay, that's right. That may have been Mrs.
Did I play Quinlan? I can't remember now.
I think you were
It's been so
Kevin.
long.
Unless Kevin was the beetle person. If Kevin was the beetle person, then that was Mrs.
Kevin was the beetle person.
right.
Quinlan.
I got a 16.
Quinlan, for refresher's sake, because I also just completely blanked. Quinlan is the Draven, the humanoid dragon person.
Oh, okay. No, I did not play. Yeah.
Oh, no. I remember now. You were Silos, because they are an Astronian, which is the dog.
The
folk.
dog. Yeah, that's right. We'll kill them last.
Well, they're currently about to be locked in to battle with Roost, so that'll depend. All right. Doing maths.
Welcome back.
Woo!
Woo! All right.
Let me do these maths, and then I will actually. Did I line it up just perfectly, or nope? Our names are backwards.
Almost.
All right. Let's see here. So you are attacking Quinlan. Quinlan gets that. So, yeah, no, that's right. Oh, whoops.
Excuse you? Plus 16?
Good lord.
Yeah, they're specialists. And Quinlan was apparently the top of the top when it comes to actually being in a Mekton. So 29 total for dodging out the way on that.
All right.
It's ridiculous.
I'm going to take another shot at him. What is the penalty for calling a shot on his pod where he is? Because you said we can see him now. Like the armor's been ripped off and we can see where he is in the cockpit.
That would just be torso. That's not listed on here. It's a fairly big target, so we'll call it a -3 penalty to hit.
I'm going to take a shot at the torso and take the -3 penalty. Depending on what I roll, I may be... Oh, I don't need the extra D10. I may be burning a significant amount of luck points on this. So actually it needs to be -1. Roll for 21. And he landed... So he can... His minimum is a 17. 21.
Wait, did I do that math wrong? Oh, I did. There was an extra 2 points in there, so it would have actually been a 14, which even then that would still be way over what you could hit.
Yeah.
But it's only a 14. Not that that's a huge amount better, but
minimum is a 15. So I've got a pretty good... You know what? I'm going to burn all 10 luck points and make this a 21.
Yeah, get him.
I mean, technically, you don't have to do that. You can wait to add the luck points afterwards. But I
made my call.
Oh, my math abilities. That's a 14 total. Yeah.
Okay, and I got a 21.
Oh no! Wait, hold on. I can't do math. That's a 10 total.
21 still hits. And it was a called shot on the torso.
I will give you those points back because you hit without even needing the points.
Okay.
I will give you those points back.
Okay.
Torso. Sorry, how many points was that to torso?
12.
Oh, come on. There we go. All right. So you can now see into that area. It is blown to pieces. The front-facing system that would be sitting in front of a Mekton pilot is gone. Quinlan is fully exposed to the world now, but he's still alive. There's still quite a bit of, not protection, but Mekton around him. But he's in shock.
All right, that's my turn. Unless the dragon get a bonus action for some reason.
No. And Ark.
Hi.
What
It's
is
nice
Ark
to be with
doing?
everybody today. So Penjani hit the wrong button and like just deactivated everything for a moment. He's like, "Oh no, okay, all right, no, that's not it. Okay, see, that's why you never move anything." And he, turns out he didn't like deactivate the entire system. He just turned off like all the lights, and then he turns it back on. He's like, "Okay, great, good, got this." Who is the least injured out of the? Well, there were 6 total coming after us at this point, right?
Yes.
Okay.
There is. Okay. There is only 2 in range that you'd be able to hit with your special weapon if that's what you're going to go for here.
Okay.
One of them is currently the chest plate of their Mekton is completely blown open, and they're kind of slumped over. They're not interacting or anything like that. The other one, however, is right there, and
So Penjani will say, all right. Finally got my buttons labeled. And you can see he's got like what would be the space equivalent of sticky notes on each of the correct buttons this time. It's like, all right, that's the missiles now. And this baby. And he will trigger his infector and send a shot off.
Excuse me?
so it is actually a melee hit that has to happen.
It's a melee hit? Okay. Can he get within melee range?
Oh yes, you can. So that's going to be MR plus Mecha Fighting.
Got it.
So if you scroll
All
back
right.
up to the top, all you have to do is hit those 2, and that'll be everything that you need. And the
Okay.
person that you're hitting, their total for this.
Okay. All right. And that's a 17. That's not bad.
You actually are going to take it on that one. So
Oh, that is not a 17. Because I have a -4 to hit with that.
that's right.
That's a good point.
So yeah.
It's too late to spend points, right?
No,
To spend luck?
no.
Then-
You can spend 4 luck.
Then, yeah, I'll spend the 4 luck to offset it.
All right. So go ahead and roll a d10 to see where they take the direct damage from. And then do another single d10 roll to see how many rounds that their Mekton is not effective.
I rolled a 10 for the hit location.
Ooh, okay. Go ahead and roll the d10. The other d10 roll.
And for duration, it will be 8 minus 4, so 4 rounds.
All right. So y'all's sensors kind of ping real weird for a second, and as you see Penjani's Mekton fly out of nowhere, and this is the smallest of the Mektons that y'all have on your ship, flies right past Beta, and like just punches, and it's like it doesn't look very much. I mean, it's just a punch, you rolled a 10. I need another 10.
I will roll another 10. 5 for the second one.
Okay, give it to me again, because this one does not have this.
So I rolled a 10 on the first one, and then I rolled a 5 for the follow-up since I rolled a 10?
Correct. And
Right.
this doesn't have the piece that you just hit, so we do need one more just to offset that.
Okay. One more D10. Okay. It is a 9.
So you went from hitting a shield mount that doesn't exist, so that's why you had to re-roll. Now you get the cinematic damage roll, which is kind of what happened earlier. So I need another D10 to see. A lot of D10s here. A lot of D10s.
This is a 3.
Sensor overload. Sensors suffer malfunction and suit is blinded for 1d6 turns. Housing servo takes half damage. Ouch. Okay. All right. So in the grand scheme of things, that's not too bad for them, but I also need a d6 roll.
The D6 is a 4.
All right, so for 4 rounds, they are completely shut down, and they still had their sensors. The shutdown that you do basically means that they can't operate their weapons, they can't maneuver. But you hit just perfectly that you also shut down their sensors. This Mekton is completely dead in the water now. But y'all just see this electricity like flow over this Mekton as soon as Penjani's hit happens. And then it just starts floating. And the best way to describe this is like a body floating in water.
Haha! It worked!
Wow. What was that?
That was, give me a second, and then does he still have a second action?
No, maneuvering into the range
Got it.
Was the other action. But you also can only do that once per round.
Yeah. I was checking to see if I had another action, because I would have pressed the M button.
Let's see here. There we go. I accidentally opened up the wrong sheet for a second. So this is... How much does that weapon do again?
It is 4 kills.
Okay. All right, so that brings them down to this. Yeah, like this, it barely looks like it's scratched. Like the paint detail on this Mekton looks like it's barely scratched, and it's completely dead in the water, as far as y'all can tell. And so that pushes up back up to the top of the initiative.
So cool.
Tellus and Helios are kind of in range now. And they're going to kind of break off and go their directions. So just to go over it again, Quinlan and Exo are lined up in regards to Beta and Penjani. And then Roost has Silos and Tess. And now that these 2 new ones are coming in, Tellus is going to go after Roost, and Helios is going to go after Beta.
And Quinlan is blasted to all hell, and Exo is floating into space.
Yeah, that Mekton is basically dead in the water. And Quinlan is still, if Quinlan wakes up,
Yeah.
Quinlan can still fight.
Sure.
So depending on what y'all do to Quinlan. But no, the 2 in front of you are basically dead in the water right now. So top of the initiative is actually going to be Silos, which is last piece of maneuvering is going to get right up near Roost. They are going to go for an axe shot on this. So that's gonna be a 16 to hit.
No,
And they
I
fail.
refuse.
Tellus is gonna go ahead. Wait. Oh, that would have been Quinlan, but Quinlan's out. So Tellus is gonna go ahead and try and shoot at you. But Tellus, wow. For being one of the top folks, I didn't realize that Tellus's negatives pull him all the way down. So 13. So what is your dodge on this one, Will?
14.
Oh, can't get this guy.
And we are. Oh wait, I may have just realized something for y'all. I have to see if I did something or not. No, okay. So, and then, Beta, your turn.
All right. I was starting to say something like approving to Penjani, like, "Oh, nice punch," and then I see the the Mekton that you punched just gets disabled and float up into space. I'm like, nice oh, whoa, nice punch. And I look at Helios, who's just kind of drifting in now. I guess you're next, friend. How close do I have to be to use the Mega Breath Cannon?
So it's a beam weapon as well. So the only weapon that y'all cannot use at range, when I say everyone is in range, the only weapon that you cannot use that you'd have to close is the claw and the energy claw. Everything else that you have, the chest rockets are also a bit of a little bit different. That's a closer range as well.
Okay.
But the breath cannon and the beam cannon, those weapons are very long range with the way the system's built. But everybody's technically also in range for the chest rockets. But as it does say there, do realize that if you open that up until the next round, it's open. And so if they attack your chest, it goes past your SP. It's straight in. Now, granted, those are pod systems that they would be hitting instead of the standard. But that would be something that they'd be able to disable.
So I looked down at my controls, and there's just this one button that says MBC. It's big and it's shiny, and I want to push it, and so I do.
All right. So
and I'm gonna aim that at Helios. Okay. But is Penjani still in, like, kind of in front? Is this something that could hit multiple people?
Yes, but not. You don't have to worry.
Okay. Yeah, then I'll target Helios with it.
Okay. I do realize you only have 8 shots with it, so that is 1 shot down. And go ahead and roll your attack. Helios is, so that's a piloting check of
MR, gunnery, and +1. Oh, but if I'm using the Mega, the +4, am I able to use that one?
The what?
The Mega versus the regular breath cannon. The Mega breath cannon.
I don't see that on mine. Just throwing.
No, it's the last choice under my weapons.
Mine ends at chest rockets.
Huh.
I have chest rockets, both kinds of claws, breath cannon, and beam cannon.
Did I get a special thing that I wasn't supposed to have?
Oh, no. That is something I realize why. No, that is supposed to also be on Will's.
I can copy paste something.
Okay.
There's an empty section on there. I'm dropping it over here on Google. There's an empty section in between your weapons. That's where I was going to put it on yours, and I apparently forgot to go back and do that. No, if you want to use that one, that is a single shot. That is a
Oh my
one-time.
gosh, 20K. Okay.
We're going for it. One time +4, right?
It's a one-time shot. It has a special reactor just for it that it's or a special fuel system that's just for it. It's a one-time use thing. You get +4 to shoot because it's pretty much just a straight line of shot. Like anything in that range. Which, like I said, you're still only going to be able to hit. It'll actually hit Quinlan and it'll hit Helios.
Okay, but not Penjani.
But not Penjani. No, they're
okay. Good.
They're off. Enough.
Yeah. Hey, Penjani, duck. And
because you said you pulled yourself off over this direction, and you're now like aiming it back this direction, you don't have to worry.
Yes.
So
that is a 23 to hit.
Okay. And that was a 20 to dodge. Quinlan can't dodge, so Quinlan's just taking 20. So I do need 2 d10s to see where you hit on each of these Mektons. Like where is the brunt of this damage going to?
So it's an 8 and an 8.
Oh, okay. All right.
I just rolled them together. Sorry, if that's a
No, that's fine. So
oh no.
God damn it. God damn it.
What? Yes.
The most infamous shot that happens in this show, left side limb.
We've done it, team.
We've done it.
Left. So we win, right?
What else?
We just
What else?
won,
Yeah.
right?
What else could it be? We can just.
I mean, that seems like a critical hit to me. I'm just saying.
For this crew, pretty much, yeah.
I almost spit take all over my computer.
I was almost hoping that this wasn't that this wasn't what it was, and then I reread it.
They're both getting that left leg.
Because of the way that the beam is, it's actually going to hit leg and arm.
Irrelevant.
Yeah. So let's see. So for Quinlan, that's going to be like there's a tiny piece of the left leg still kind of like part of the servo is still like hanging on. Basically totaled out there's 22 points on that leg, and it's got 2 points left. But the left arm's gone.
If someone was already in shock, do they have to roll shock again?
Isn't that just a heart attack?
At their turn, they get to roll to see if they're able to pull out of it.
Okay.
But you've essentially disabled the Mekton. And then the other one, that's Helios, is now going to have to roll to see if they're able to keep themselves together. Sorry, doing some quick. So they are missing an arm, which happened to be one of the ones that was holding the autocannon, because remember the enforcers have the autocannons and arms. So you've not only taken out the leg and arm of the Mekton, but you've also disabled some of the weapon systems on them. Helios managed to keep their composure. Barely.
Impressive for a ball of sentient gas.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah. No, it's you have to roll your shock stun number or lower to succeed, and theirs is a 6. So they're literally hanging on by a thread right now.
I look forward to whatever they do next.
But
glad they're still with us. You hear a string of excited curse words in various languages over the comms as Beta fires this thing off.
And Beta, you get another attack.
Oh my gosh. I mean, can I just flex for a turn? Like,
If you want, I mean,
who's still around? I mean, I gotta. Well, I can help Roost out, right? There's I can take a shot at Tess
I mean,
or Silos.
you can also take out Helios. Like you can do a final shot. Like they still have
Oh, like
capabilities.
fully. That's true. That's probably smart. Yeah, yeah. Okay, let's just beam cannon. And I need a +2 for that. So yeah, so I'll turn my wrath on Helios. Well, I guess he's already gone.
All right, so we got that, but then we also have that, and so
Gunnery, and then +2.
their attempt at dodging whatever you do.
19.
Oh, but they criticaled.
Very nice, very nice.
Um,
I suppose, it's only fair.
it's a barely move though on their part. Oh, so I'm like tearing up at how I've never been so happy. So many. But Helios is kind of screwed now. So we now have Tess's turn. And Tess is a newbie, so Tess is going to need to roll a stun shock in regards to just seeing what happened. And they failed. So Tess is going to lose their turn.
Roost, you got to try this thing.
Give me a second.
And then so that's then going to go to Ark. Before the other two folks get to go. So Ark, the 2 units that are in range, you do have, you can get to Quinlan and still do 1 melee attack, or you can keep going to Exo. Exo's right in front of you.
Exo is the one that just got disabled.
That you disabled, yeah.
He's gonna go full Attenborough on this one. For anybody who's ever watched Gurren Lagann, and he's just gonna smash that M button and just release all of the missiles that he's got. Just missiles after missiles.
Oh.
So he's gonna use the rocket launcher on him. Do I still have to, I should still roll, right?
Are you? Yeah. So you're gonna pull out the rocket launcher and fire.
Yeah.
All right. So you'll be able to fire 2 shots. It's at a 0. So you'll hit MR and then hit gunnery. For those at home, I know that technically it normally would fall under missiles, but because of the abridged version of the things that we're doing, missiles was folded into gunnery, melee was folded into fighting. And Exo can't roll to dodge.
That's a 12 for the first one.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I should have clarified. Actually, I shouldn't have even told you that you have to roll. Oh no, yeah, you have to roll just to make sure that you don't botch it.
Right.
And then a D10 to see where you hit. And how much does the rocket launcher do? Okay.
It's 4K. Yeah, 4K.
Yeah.
And I'm supposed to be rolling another D10. So I will do that. He hits 3.
All right. That is another torso hit. You have exposed some things there. So go ahead and just roll another D10 and let's see where you hit.
9.
All right. They don't have an other. So let's go ahead and just re-roll that right quick.
1.
Oh, the head. So the head has okay. The head is missing some protection there. So yeah, no, Exo's not looking too good. in regards to some other issues. But yeah, so that's going to now move over to letting Helios attempt something.
Am I supposed to have 2 actions, or is the missiles one whole action?
Each rocket, that was 2 rocket hits.
Okay,
So
got
1
it.
rocket to the...
Got it. Okay.
Because they can't roll back, I just want to see if you would fail. All right, so Helios is going to attempt to shoot at you.
Who is you?
Beta. That was mid-thought. So Beta is going to be shot at. They're going to try and use a beam gun one-handed with everything else. With all the negatives that they've got right now, they're going to do this. So 14.
17 to dodge.
And
That's cute. That's cute, Helios. That's real cute.
They'll do it again for 13.
Oh, I don't like this one. Oh, another 7. Wow, the dice in my favor today, huh?
So that's just a glancing blow past. Exo is still out, down and out for the count, and Roost.
So Silos and Telos are still up in front of me, because no, Tess is the one that is stunned. Tess is stunned.
Yeah, Tess is stunned, and then you've got Silos and Telos, and they're all. You can hit Telos and Tess, or you can hit Silos and Tess if you want to do the breath weapon that Arc did, and still have another attack. Or you can use one of your actions to maneuver and put all 3 of them in range.
I have a different idea.
Okay, yeah.
Roost doesn't want to use the big breath attack on them yet. Can I do something a little weird? Can I close melee range and use the energy claws? Okay, so is it going to take me an action to get into melee range? That's my first question.
Technically, yes, depending on who you want to hit. Silos is in melee range. Silos was pulling a melee weapon. I didn't clarify that because it wasn't. Silos on Silos's next turn is closing range, and so Silos is going to be within range to do that.
Okay. What I want to do, can I use the energy claws to, rather than trying to use them to deal like just damage, can I sink the claws into this mech to hold on to it to line up my breath weapon for a less, what I'm thinking is less penalty on a called shot, but I want to get try to make my aim better on just the normal breath weapon being point blank and holding them still. Is that something I could try?
Technically, sure.
All right, what do I have to do?
You have to roll and not botch, and they not. Well, no, you're going. Are you doing that to Silas, or are you gonna close range on Tess, who's out?
I'm gonna go for Silas.
Okay. Then yeah, he's gonna get a dodge. So as long as he doesn't dodge, then yeah, you'll have everything lined up.
And this is fighting, not gunnery?
Correct.
Okay, that's a 15.
Did you get a 15 as well? I don't see it.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I thought I clicked.
Oh.
I got a 1.
No.
All right, let's see how bad this is. It's a 6. So that puts me down to a 2. I can't even get that with luck. That's so unfortunate.
No, that puts you down to a 1.
From an
7 minus 1 is a 6.
Oh, that's right, because you don't got it.
Oh no, that's a 0. That's a flat 0.
Well, how is it I'm confused. How is it a 0 from it's a -6 to...
The 1 is added into that. So 1 plus 6.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so it's a 0. All right.
Silas is like starting to glide towards you to like get you with an energy axe. It's not like powered on yet. And like you go to swipe and they like thrust your maneuver out of the way. So what do you want to do now?
Well, I tried. I'm gonna shoot him with a regular beam cannon.
um, okay. So with your beam cannon,
Oh,
do you remember you get a +2? Did you add your +2?
I did add a +2, and I'm
Okay.
at it. I exploded. So it's a +9. So that's a 28. Oh, there we go.
Sorry, that's Silos, so that's a 12. 12. 12. Yeah, nope. Didn't explode.
I botch and then I crit.
So go ahead and give me a D10 to determine where on Silos you hit.
That's a 6.
Right side limb. So right side limb. How much damage does that beam cannon do again?
12.
12. Okay. Do you want the arm or the leg?
I think the arm.
Okay. So, the armor plating on Silas's right arm just completely is obliterated by this beam cannon. So everything's completely exposed on that arm, and it does seem that there's some functionality that's not going to be fully there from Silas's Mekton moving forward.
Cool.
And we are hitting top of initiative again. So we are now going to hit Silos is first. So Silos doesn't like this. Silos is going to use one action to now move into melee range and go ahead and try and do a axe attack. But so for this kind of roll, Silos is a little better off.
That hits. I don't think I'm gonna spend luck. I think I'm gonna. I assume he's hitting me, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
With just an axe. On location 7, which is a left side limb.
How dare you?
That's our thing.
That's truly an insult.
Is it arm or leg?
We'll go arm, and that's 7k to the arm.
Left arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, no. There we go. That SP hanging on.
And we are now Quinlan is
Gotta roll to recover from shock, I think.
yes, which I had to pull up. Oh, okay. So they are okay. They pull out of it just barely. Let's see, that's gone. That's so they're gonna spin this around, pulling themselves together with everything that's going on. They got to figure out how to reoperate everything that's kind of happened with their system. And that's now going to put Tellus up for grabs, which I believe Tellus is perfectly fine. Yep. So Tellus is going to go and actually going to try and make a maneuver back towards Beta and Penjani. A single move over, and then going to shoot at Penjani for this one.
How dare.
For 21.
Okay. And I'm rolling dodge?
MR and piloting. For
MR and piloting, okay. MR. Okay, I might be able to explode my way to victory. That's a 12, so no, I didn't.
This is going to be a headshot. Which the good news is the head of your Mekton is just a sensor array. And the Shadow does have multiple other sensor arrays, so you won't be completely unable to maneuver and everything like that. But that'll be 3K to your helmet or your head.
Okay, so subtract from the head SP first, right?
Yeah. Head SP goes first.
All right. Still got some armor up there, thankfully.
And before we move on, Beta, you recognize the rifle that's being used by this Mekton. It looks to be an earlier model of that sniper that yours has. But obviously it doesn't seem to do as good of a damage because the Shadow that Penjani's in is barely scathed.
Yeah, you all right, Penjani?
Not happy, but I'm still ticking.
And that's going to put us at Beta.
So I'll turn away from Helios and I'll move towards Telos to kind of get between Penjani and Telos, and you see this dragon just shift its gaze onto Telos and start flying towards it. Let's can I get close enough to do a melee attack?
Yes. Your movement in that is extraordinary. So you will be able to either just position yourself between them and do a ranged, or you'll be able to actually maneuver over and do a melee.
Yeah, let's give the energy claws a try. And so let's see, that's plus.
And they're dodging for 4.
Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, so the clause would be MR plus fighting.
Correct.
Okay. And I don't have a bonus to the energy clause, so 22.
Nice. Do remember your energy claws do have a certain amount of charges?
Yep.
So do keep track of that.
Yes.
So yeah, no, you hit. So go ahead and give me that roll. D10 to see where you hit.
Which part of the where do I see the number of uses I have for energy claw?
Oh, it is fourth line on there. So you've got 2 energy claws. You get a plus 0, 10k damage. You have 4 uses per claw.
4 shots. Got it. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So I hit a 9 location.
Okay. And by the way, that's 2 claws, so each one has that many shots. So this is a single melee attack, so you've still got a full claw, so to speak. So a 9 is going to put you... they don't have anything special, so let's go ahead and get a reroll on that D10.
Sure. Headshot.
Nice. Which puts them, and that's 10K. Right, and so yeah, that's a there is no plating on the head on this Mekton anymore.
Oh.
Um,
Yeah, I want this to look kind of dramatic because this person just attacked my friend, and so I want to sort of send a message that like don't do that.
oh yeah, no, you just took out a bunch of the sensors on the enforcers. You don't pilot an enforcer, but when you see this happen, Roost, you realize that they've basically only got one forward-facing sensor left.
Good to know.
So yeah, because previously the sensors that would have been on the exterior on the actual plating itself would have been omnidirectional, and the one that's left is just a directional. So it's a cone shape, but it's forward facing. It's built into the torso. So like Quinlan, who's basically got like an almost destroyed, like the torso's gone. They've only got the head sensors. Once the head sensors are gone, but they can't even use their sensors anyway. So. So
Happy
Tess,
mech nerd dance.
Tess is going to try and get out of stun, which there it is. Yeah, no, Tess is just
Tess has got the long gaze.
Tess is a rookie and was not prepared for this.
They don't prepare you for space dragons in boot camp.
No, they don't.
Exo, you start to see the lights on Exo's suit flickering, but nothing seems to come of it. And Ark, what doth you want to do?
Remember how I was kind of ripping into the guy I had disabled for a couple turns?
Exo?
Yeah. He will dramatically cock his rifle in space and make obviously a shotgun sound because it doesn't make any other sound.
You just hear over comms.
And he'll aim the heavy beam cannon at it and take 2 shots. So you'll take a shot with each of his actions to try and finish off the job.
Okay. You do get a +1 when rolling this, by the way. That's what that first number is. So you do get a +1 to try and hit. You got 6K damage on each of those. They are not able to operate, so give me 1 roll to see if you miss, and then give me 2 D10 to see where you hit.
That's a 10. Do I need to explode?
Oh, you gotta explode.
I gotta explode?
To see how badly they couldn't have dodged. Okay.
It's a 22.
I would have cried if you'd gotten another 10. Like the one time that like it explodes double.
Yeah.
So go ahead and give me 2 single D10 rolls.
Just Thanos snap that person that's already disabled
Jeez.
from combat.
The first one is a 10, and the second one is an 8.
All right, let's deal with the 10 first because you called that one. So I do need another D10 roll right quick.
Left leg.
Okay.
Oh, that 8 is a left side limb, but that 10 is a special chart.
On the special chart, it's a 6.
Oh. Give me a D6 roll. We're gonna have you. Oh wait, hold on. Wait. I was looking at the wrong sheet. Give me no. So that's done that. Yeah, give me a D4.
It's a 1.
All right. So your first beam shot is so accurate that it's a it's a pinpoint shot at the torso that hits through, and it manages to disable the system that is the IronBound chip lock subassembly. So even if the exo system turns back on, it does not recognize them as friend, and they are not able to pilot the Mekton. They will have to spend multiple rounds trying to hack into their own system because you have just managed to pin stream shot and disable it. And that's a hit to the torso. It does half damage to the torso on that one. So how much damage did you do?
It's the rifle is 6K.
All right. So that is going to actually disable disarm what's left of the armor on the top part, and we're going to start getting down into the bare bones of the torso. So the torso is also unshielded now. I can't do math. All right, and so the other one hits a left side limb. So you're going to hit the... Did you hit the arm or the leg?
Come on. Come on. It's the leg. It's the leg.
All right, and so that's 6 to the leg. So with that one shot, you pretty much take out almost all of the armor plating on the left leg. And the Exo is effectively out of combat because Exo does not have any programming skills. Does not, if I remember correctly, programming falls under intelligence. And then tech, they don't have much of a tech ability, and they don't have much of for intelligence. Those stats were the dump stats when I was creating this character, and those are both in 4. So yeah, they can't even try and program their way out of this, or even know enough about the Mekton's design to try and override it. They have no way of coming back into the fight, so Exo is effectively completely out of the fight now.
Okay, cool.
Remember, kids, intelligence is not a dump stat.
Look, I thought this was just going to be 100% just like shooting battles and all that. Like, that is the dump stat for some of these characters. So,
But yeah, that's a pretty productive round. I'm very satisfied.
Mm-hmm. Penjani out here just taking KOs.
That's actually the first KO of the enemy, because Quinlan can still technically come back from everything and still attack. So this is actually the first KO of this combat. They're holding on a little bit better. And so that's going to be Helios, actually. Helios is going to get a shot, and then it'll be Roost. Helios needs to roll for stun. And fails. So Helios is not able to recover from that. So we are going to roll back over to Roost.
How far can I move from where I am towards the ironbound ship? Can I, in one movement, get within shooting range, or do I need to spend multiple turns?
No, you'll be able to be in shooting range, but it will be at a slight minus. It is a -2 to attempt to shoot. Your rockets won't reach, but all of your beam weapons will.
I'll spend both actions to move closer to the ship.
Okay. So the first action is going to get you almost halfway there. The second action would basically put you like right up against their ship.
That's what I want.
Okay, they do seem to have a cannon on the ship.
A cannon?
A cannon, from what you can see.
Okay. Is it on top or on bottom of or like where is it?
Sort of on the top. If you're looking at it, it's going to be on your left-hand side. It would basically be like somebody having a flashlight on the side of their head is basically the best way to describe it. Like, it's not right on top. It's like to the side, but it is forward facing and mounted towards the top of the vessel.
Can I position myself on the opposite side of the ship, on like against the hull, than where the cannon is?
You won't be right up against the hull, but you could definitely put yourself
But
on that side of the ship. Yeah,
close. Yeah.
you're about. How do I say this? You're about half a meter from the ship. Is as close as you can get.
All right, that's fine.
All right.
That's my turn.
It's just like a blaze, just to describe like what happens when the dragons go like full tilt. You see all these like little ports on everything, like the wings span out. All like these little boosters start lighting up, and the flames go from red to like white almost instantly. Like it's super hot. I'm trying to remember the levels of. I know it's like reddish, yellowish colors, and then blue, and I think white is hotter than blue. I'm trying to think if there's anything hotter than like a white flame. But I mean, you just basically like see this and then just boom, just almost like in an instant, all the way across the battlefield, right at where the Ironbound ship is your friendly neighborhood Roost.
Incandescent. I think that's what it's called.
Oh, I guess. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, no, it hits incandescent is how hot this burns. And you don't see any scorching on the hull. So whatever they use as the polymer is somewhat heat resistant, at least on that side of things. So that's going to put us back at the top of initiative, which normally Exo would get a chance to tick down, and this would have been the final round that Exo would have been incapable of doing anything. So Silos, which does not have shock, is going to actually get over towards Beta, and since Beta moved, Silos is actually going to be able to make an attack at the same round. So 19. How doth you defend? Ooh. All right.
Can I grab a luck point for that, or?
Oh yeah, no. If you want to, if you have any left.
I have not used any yet, so I will.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll use. I need two to beat that, right? So
no, just one.
Ties are in our favor.
Oh, ties for the players. That's right. Okay, not for the attacker. Yes, then I will use the one luck point.
All right. Sorry, I rolled early for that. That's not what.
And that's a second. Is that the second attack, or?
No, they moved and attacked.
Okay.
But the next turn after Silos is Quinlan. Oh wait, no, Quinlan is still out. Quinlan needs to roll to try and pull themselves together first. Nope. Quinlan is still. Oh no, that's right. Quinlan actually was already out of things. That's right. Quinlan did manage to roll and not be in shock last round.
That's right.
So Quinlan is going to attempt to attack. So Quinlan's total for attack, with negatives, is going to bring it down. But then the bonus from the weapon is going to bring it a little bit back up. So 19 again.
Oh boy. Okay. MR positive. Come on, big numbers. Big no. Okay, I take that hit.
Okay. This is the shoulder-mounted beam cannon. It's going to be 8K. And that's going to be a 2 on the hit, so that's going to be a torso hit. So that is 8K to the torso.
Ooh, so okay, I'm down to 1 on the torso.
Man, y'all still have SP, and they're over here like down and below their SP on a bunch of parts on almost all the mechs. Like you're worried about that, like, and they're over here like
we
suffering.
are the boss fight.
Yeah,
That's right.
So that's gonna move us on to oh no, Quinlan's gonna get one more, because Quinlan is shooting from, and so that's once again. Beam cannon for a 14. Not even close.
Yes.
they tried rapid firing each of the beam cannons, and that first one put them just off enough that it like just skirts past you.
Yeah, fool me once.
So Beta, it's your turn now.
Okay.
You have Quinlan behind you shooting. You've got
Telos and I are sort of engaged in melee, I think, still.
yeah. You have Helios and Quinlan behind you, but Penjani's also back there. But the Telos is right in front of you.
Okay. I think we're too close for rockets then. No, would that?
I mean, yeah, you can rocket launch straight there. It doesn't take an action to open up your chest plate, but it will require you. You won't be able to close it at the end of this round. Would be the only thing. But remember, those are missile pods that would take damage, not directly to your torso.
I like that I have them all focused on me right now. So I think I want to keep it that way for at least another round. So I'm gonna do 2 more energy claw attacks at Telos. I'm just gonna try to rip him to shreds.
Remember, you get a +2 to attack.
All right, let's do. MR fighting +2, and there's the first one. 17.
All right, and Telos. Hold on, let me see how damaged Telos is. Oh, Telos has the head damage.
Yeah.
Since you're in front, they're not going to take a negative to things. Oh, nope. So roll a d10 and let's see where those claws land.
Yeah. A 2.
Two does torso damage. So that's 10k to the torso. You just ripped off the chest plate.
And so I'll do a second. I'll use my other side, my other hand, my other claw. Let's see. MR fighting. Can I do a? Well, actually, what would be the called shot here? I'm not even sure.
If you want to do a called shot, I got the numbers here.
I'm just trying to think what would even help the most. Yeah, let's hit that left limb. Left. Let's go for the left leg.
Okay. It's gonna be a -4 to your attack.
So I have a +2, so that'll be -2 now. And okay, it's a 17. Ooh, nice dodge.
Just for the full brunt. Yeah, no, you scared them with that torso hit. So he wasn't having it.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Oh, but this is Telos. Oh, I just remember Telos's Enforcer special ability.
Oh, good.
Only because of what y'all did on that stream, and the fun nature of that. Telos's Enforcer has one special ability, and so. But Telos is already gone. So.
Yep. Let's hope we never find out.
Tess gets an action to try and. I am so sorry, Tess, that you. Oh, Tess pulled out.
Hey.
So Tess has taken 0 damage. So Tess is going to get 1 attack. Beam cannon towards you. But with everything for Tess. Boom. So Beta, that's a 16 to dodge.
Okay. And I want to preemptively potentially use luck here. So can I dodge that with the luck point?
Oh,
It
yeah.
feels kind of cheap to do that, but I'll take what I can get, I guess.
It's the last battle.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just imagining Beta's in this flurry of action right now. There's like people shooting, and I'm trying to claw this mech to pieces in front of me, and like I just see this beam coming at me, and just managed to like sort of instinctively move just enough.
And that's going to give us arc.
You muted.
I'm a professional. No. It's Quinn and who else that are on the other side of Beta?
You have Quinlan and Helios over here.
Okay.
Which Helios has no left arm, almost no left leg, and then Quinlan torso plate's gone. The torso is beaten all to crud. You can actually see the pilot inside. The left leg is almost gone. The left arm is almost gone. And
Okay.
he's basically like maneuvering this and like firing the big cannons on top. Like that is all that he has. Like,
Yeah. It will be the heavy beam gun. Penjani will just line up the shot and say, "If he dies, he dies." And I will see if the words back up the Ivan Drago of it all. And that's gunnery, and I need to add a 1 to that.
all right. And with all the negatives that he's got, nope, that 12 did not save him.
I mean, that's definitely a 10. So.
Oh, that is. Yeah.
And a 6 for a 25.
Oh Lord. Yeah, go ahead and give me. Let's see where you hit.
All right. The hit is a 2.
How much damage do you do?
6 kills.
So on y'all's sensors, you hear a scream for just a moment as the center section of Quinlan's Enforcer is obliterated. And where a pilot used to sit, part of the spacesuit floats.
It was supposed to be a charity boxing match. It's not okay. Penjani feels a little bit bad about that. Like on a scale of 1 to 10, he feels like a 3. So like, like
a 6.
Enough that he'll think about it later, not so much that he'll like lose sleep over it. And he will take the other shot at the other person behind Beta.
Okay. So with a ranged weapon, you could hit Tellus, who he's in melee combat with, or you can go for Helios, which is behind him.
I'll go for Helios.
Okay.
Helios.
I just want to
covering. I'm covering his back.
So for Helios is not as like, they've still got thrusters, they've still got some stuff that they can use to maneuver, so they're not as bad off. So they're gonna have, let's see what they can defend with.
Penjani has a 14.
Yeah, 31 is what Helios uses. Like I said,
that's the survival instinct. I see. That's
Helios has had their composure through everything. Like Helios is just like, nah, I'm good. So that's gonna spread us out, or that's gonna move us back to Roost.
What I would like to do is, okay, so is this ship similar to ours, or is it one of the smaller ones that is it similar to the one that we disabled when we were still on the planet?
It's not as armored as the one you disabled near the space station, but it is a more similar model to that one than the one that you had planet side.
Where's the bridge?
Like right in front.
I'm gonna move to the bridge. Like just land right, like on the hull, right on the bridge, and I'm gonna point blank mega breath weapon at the bridge.
All right. Um, we'll do a -3 for the call shot only because of where everything is and how everything is. But there's no pilot inside, so as long as you don't completely botch it, it hits.
All right, I hit. That's 20, right?
Yeah, that does 20.
Straight through the center of the ship.
Well, not exactly the center, but
Oh, you're right. Yeah, it's not.
the bridge, because of this is a more classic like big window bridge, and so the protective layer here is not as bad, or is not as good. You burn off almost all of the exterior hull that is right around in this area, and you have severely damaged the materials that are between the hull and the bridge. No one can maneuver to the bridge without a spacesuit. But there is still some. It is not big enough for you to just like reach down in and like do something inside. It's still there's still a lot of bits and pieces intact.
Was the distance? Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say, but it's still fairly maintained, so to speak.
Was the distance between me and the bridge enough to warrant a move action? Do I still have a second attack, or did I use my action to position here?
Oh no.
All right. What's my? I mean, to only have one left. Yeah, I'll go ahead and shoot my other beam cannon at the same spot. So that's going to be a -1 instead.
So your beam cannons, there's 2 of those, and there's a total of 5 per each.
Yes, and I have used 3 so far.
Oh, okay. So
this is 4.
All right. So you've got one. You've got one that's only going to have 1 shot, and you have one that's at 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's each.
Both of them have 5.
Yeah, each shoulder is individual in those beam cannons. Sorry, I thought I made that more clear earlier.
One with 3.
Yeah.
You probably did. I just missed it.
Okay. I know sometimes I gloss over things and say them like more quickly. They make sense in my head, but not to everybody else. So,
but I didn't botch.
No. So you didn't botch. So, and that does how much damage again?
12.
12. So there used to be a bridge on that ship.
There used to be.
And with the amount of damage that you just did, you actually also took out the connection pieces that were holding the cannon on. So the cannon is now floating away. Now here's the thing. This is the finale. So we've only got 7 minutes. If y'all want to push it, if y'all have the availability for time-wise to push it a little bit longer and finish out the battle, or do y'all want to call it here? They can't maneuver their ship. Their ship is gone. 2 of their comrades are dead, so to speak. Or one's dead, one's unable to maneuver in any way, shape, or form. And then, I mean, you've got 2 mechs that are pretty much completely disabled. So we can either call it here or we can keep going. Up to y'all.
So I could push just a little bit, maybe like another round
Okay.
past the time of. However, after annihilating the bridge, Roost is going to turn around and shoot a message out to all open comms. You got one opportunity to surrender.
Nice.
That pushes back up to top initiative. Silos is going to wait to see what everybody else does. That's going to put it at, that would have been Quinlan. Tellus decides to use his special ability since this is it and everything out. All of the SP armor pops off of this, but instead of seeing what would normally look like a Mekton, it looks like a naked turtle underneath.
Okay.
Okay. I'm missing something. I'm not remembering something. That's what the issue is, I think.
So harking back to that episode, Telos decided to strip down, or not. Oh, I said turtle. They were not a turtle.
He's a beetle.
Beetle. Sorry. Yeah. No, you've got like what would happen if you pulled like the shell off of a beetle is what it looks like right now.
I'm
This
uncomfortable.
is that is the point. Tellus realized stripping down and just being in like the almost naked beetle form, that his people have made people uncomfortable in that battle. So he specially tooled his Mekton. It makes it easier to damage, but he is expecting it. So anybody that faces off against Tellus has to roll a shock. Because you are now seeing a very awkward situation. And this is what Tellus was hoping for. Last-ditch effort type thing.
Well, I'm face to face with Tellus, so I think I have to.
On your turn, yeah.
Okay. This is great.
And I lost track of initiative. No, it is beta. It's beta. So you
It
go
is
ahead.
beta. So I'm just like, oh, what the hell?
Give
And then it's
me-
just a.
It's just a single D10.
Okay.
Um,
I want to roll low. That's low. And then is it based? So it's on my main character sheet.
yeah.
shock.
So it's up towards the top.
Is it stun? Is it the same as stun?
Yes.
Stun. So it's +7 for me.
In the book, it is stun/shock. I just put stun on the character sheet because I figured it was more likely just to be stun. With your 3, you succeed. This is one of the few things where you want to roll low. Yeah, you're able to take 2 actions in the sight of all that is awkward and naked beetle.
Yeah. Well, I've just been clawing at this thing, and now I'm like grossed out a little bit. So I push back a little. I boost her back a little, and I just want to hit this thing with a bunch of rockets. I think. Just get away from me. So yeah, let's open up the chest rocket plate and take a shot.
All right, so that's just going to be the same as your gunnery for the
Okay.
version that we're using, and your rockets are special version of rockets. You get a +1 to your roll, and they do 6K. And
All right, here we go. 19. Oh my, unbelievable. Tell us.
there's a
You
lot of
you could luck it.
oh yeah, you could luck it.
Yeah, this is the last round of combat. I mean, I've got 8 more. I've got 8 more luck points.
All right,
So I need to use 6, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Let's do that.
So go ahead and give me a D10 roll to see where you hit.
We're hitting the 2.
Torso, which if I remember correct, no, tell us.
Yeah.
Taking some torso damage.
That's where I clawed him last time.
And I'm so sorry, I forgot how much damage does that rocket do?
That is 6K.
So as soon as you hit the torso area, like part of it goes away, and you realize that it's some type of like gel or something, because it just like dissipates and it's like floating in space. And it didn't seem to do anything to stop the damage though.
Okay.
So it kind of jiggles and like waves because of the damage of the rockets. But let's go ahead and get that second rocket shot on.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Let's get a D10 to see where you hit.
Right in the 3.
Torso again. The torso is actually looking pretty banged up. You're starting to see some exposure areas. You're starting to see, like, you can almost see the cockpit pod piece. Or you can see the cockpit pod piece. But there's still some, a little bit of hole around it protecting it.
I will repeat Roost's message. This is your last chance to surrender.
You hear some screaming, and with the directional based everything that's happening, it's coming from behind Tellus. And it's Tess.
Oh, poor rookie.
Poor Tess.
Tess is gonna try and do a hit on you. So that's a 14 to hit you.
All right. Come on. Oh no.
You got 2 points left, don't you?
Last 2 luck points. Here we go.
All right, and one more shot towards you.
Okay.
You did it.
Yes.
So Tess like fires, and it's absolutely useless. Tess just cannot hit anything for the life of them. So that's gonna put us up to Arc.
So Quinlan's been dodging like everything, right? Like just barely managing to stay
Helios.
up. Helios, sorry, yes. Helios has been just like so Penjani's gonna check, and everything is in the green, and he's gonna hit the that special button again. And he'll go for one last hit with the I'm looking at the wrong sheet. Let's go back to my actual. There we go. One more hit with the infector. And I will probably have to put the rest of my luck into this, most likely. But fuck it. We're finishing up, so let's
Look it.
So all you need to do is hit a 15.
I hit an 18, which it has. I'm putting the 6 in there, so that'll be a total of 20.
Oh, you already beat him, so you don't even have to put any points in.
Well, I have the -4, which will bring it down to 14.
Oh.
So I guess I'd have to spend at least one more.
Sorry, that is right. All right. So let's get a D10 on how long Helios is unable to do anything.
Big money, big money, big money, big money. Same as before, so 4 rounds.
All right, Helios goes dark. All your sensors show that Helios's systems are, for the most part, done. Their systems. Their sensors are still live and active. You can see active scanning and things like that. But Helios is unable to even really do anything. And that's going to bring us back over to... that would have been Helios's turn. So, Roost, what do you do?
Well, they're not backing down. Although, actually, Silos, was it Silos? Somebody at the top of the initiative, I thought, waited to see what other people would do.
Yes, that is Silos.
All right, then I guess Roost is going to move, because if I'm understanding this correctly, I just need to move once to put myself in range to fire once at the rest of the combatants. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to take a shot with my beam cannon at Tess.
Tess has 0 damage on their Mekton.
All right.
Do you want to shoot at somebody that has some damage on them instead?
Maybe. Who else is still up that is damaged?
We have Tellus, that is Tellus still has a bit on them, and then Silas has is pretty much lost their right arm. But Tellus has almost lost their head and almost lost their torso.
I'm going to take a called shot at Tellus's torso.
Okay. So that'll be a total of -4 for you.
Okay, so it's actually -2 there. And then roll. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
A 2. So a 3. An 11. I'm going to put 8 luck points into this.
Hold on.
Oh, they also botched.
They're at a 3.
They're at a 3.
They're at a 3.
I'm a horrible shot, but they dodged badly. They dodged right into my shot.
Oh no, you do need 1 point. That's
I will spend 1 luck point.
Yeah. No, you only need 1 luck point. That's it.
I just needed to be a little lucky.
I'm gonna dodge. Oh no. I'm sorry, that was bad.
That's 12.
What's a 12?
The damage.
Oh, okay. Where'd you hit? D10 to hit?
Oh no, it was a called
that's
shot
right,
at
that's
the
a called
torso.
I hope no fans are in chat that saw the episode and loved Tellus, because Tellus is no more. This is very much a repeat of what happened to Quinlan earlier. The center part of the Mekton has been blown out, and there's just there is no more Tellus. And Silas is going to make one last-ditch effort after seeing everything. Is going to attempt to attack Penjani, realizing that there is no way they're going to be able to do anything to the special Mektons.
I'm insulted.
So there's the first shot for 18.
I should probably dodge. Which will be mecha piloting.
Yes. And your MR.
Okay. I have a 12.
Do you have 6 luck points?
I have 5 luck points.
Oh, don't even. So you're going to take that first hit, which is going to hit you in the head.
For how much?
I got to pull it up. 6K to the head.
Ooh. That's through all the SP and 2 into the kills.
Okay. And they're going to shoot at you again for 16.
I am not a fan.
You said you had
I
5
do
points?
have the luck. I do have the luck to dodge that.
All right.
So.
When you manage to dodge it, and when you basically have, like, none of y'all have really taken anything, Silos puts out the order, and requests that you leave them be. You have taken a lot from them. They had just lost their captain, Zavzan, again when you stole the ship. And now you have killed 2 of their beloved crew members. Yeah. What do y'all tell them? Or what do y'all do?
I think we take a prisoner. I think we take their mechs, throw them in the brig, and set their have Penjani go over to their ship and set their reactor to a delayed self-destruct. Because that thing's dead in the water and useless. We can't move it.
Yeah, that all sounds perfect to me.
Now,
I'm fine with that.
Do you really want to take their mechs? You have a lot of mechs on board already.
That's fair. You know, we'll take one because we lost one with the suicide launch.
Yes.
We'll take Tess's mech.
Yeah, Tess has like no damage on the Enforcer. It's the exact same model it's the Enforcer 2 model that y'all had on board. There's not really a brig
can
here.
jailbreak it at some point.
There's not really a brig here, but you can set the
We'll
security.
lock them in Zap Zanigan's room.
Oh, that's horrible. But I think one of y'all took Zap Zanigan's.
I think Bovin took it.
Yeah.
You know what? Dang it, we can't do that then.
Yeah.
What you can do, however, though, there is there's living conditions down below, and what it is it's a room that has a couple of tables in between. There's bunks on built into the walls, and there's some latrines. And the only way you can lock it so that the only way to open the door there is with your RFID chips, because theirs are already locked out of the system anyway. So you'd be able to lock them into a room and create a pseudo brig.
Okay, so we can do that. You know what? You know what we could do? There are pods on this ship, right?
Oh yeah, there's a couple in the medical area. There's one in each of your estate rooms.
Are these pods that are?
I take it back. The area that they are in is a room of pods with tables. It's not beds in the walls. It's multiple pods on each side of the wall.
Are these like escape pods, like eject, or they're like sleep-in pods? All right,
they're sleep-in pods. Think aliens.
Yeah. We take them prisoner temporarily to make sure we get the mech put away, destroy their ship, and this is like a nothing sector, right?
Yeah.
Just take them down to the nearest rock and leave them there. Give them a distress beacon so that their friends can find them.
Okay. So you're going to self-destruct their ship. I take it the extra Mektons are going to be self-destructed as well.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to take Tess, and then you're going to leave them in their spacesuits sitting on a rock somewhere.
Rather, we're going to take Tess's mech, not Tess.
Yes,
the person.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I meant.
And
then
maroon them on an island in the middle of the void with a distress beacon.
All right. Y'all managed to jump and get away. You managed to defeat the people that were the original owners of your ship. And in fact, the person who took over command of the unit is gone as well. So you managed to beat them.
Gonna get repurposed somewhere else, cleaning stalls. They're bad.
And about the time that y'all are, where do y'all jump to? Let's ask this question. In range of your jump device is actually a lot of systems. If you're wanting to stay in a system where there's like no major corporation, no major faction, anything like that, there's only a few options. Some of them are just like backwater farming planets. There is one that's a resort. They do have high security, but y'all aren't in. It's technically owned by a corporation, but it's not a mega corporation. It is a planet-wide corporation, and they are a resort corporation.
I know what Bovin's vote would be.
Yeah.
And the only other that is in range is a it's a space station / planetoid that's basically just a like giant theme park. That there's a lot of people that come and go from that and the beach planet a lot. And so that would be the two places that y'all could go to, not retire, but maybe hide out for a minute.
That sounds fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Which one of those do y'all want to do? Theme park
Roost
or beach?
Roost is just going to conform to the popular vote.
I like the sound of a theme park.
Yeah, I think Bovin would also be happy to go theme park. I think Penjani would be less excited about a theme park, but would be okay with it.
That's
All
how
right.
Roost feels.
Y'all get there, and outside of a single HII ship, which of course they deliver stuff everywhere. There's nothing to be of note. It's a delivery ship, not a like transport ship or anything like that. The you
It was
out-
just a research station until 2 Mektons showed up on our doorstep.
But I mean, you actually walk past the person as they're doing the delivery, and they don't even seem to notice you or care. So, as far as you could tell, you're in the clear. And this has been Mekton Heist, a Mekton Zeta actual play, a part of the RPGHour Studios family of shows. Sadly, we were down one person, and sadly, we had another person that was going to join us, and their schedule did not go the direction that they thought it would. We do hope to continue doing other shows like this. There is a tip jar down below. If you're watching this post when we have already finished, there is a link down below. It's a PayPal link. Go there, drop in, say you loved Mekton Heist. Money from that will go to these folks. And we'll try and get them out to do a one-shot once in a while. Try and reinvigorate things. Keep
Maybe
some
a
stuff
season
alive.
2.
Maybe a season 2. We do have 3 slots, or technically 4 slots open next year that would be 3-month runs. So we will keep everybody in the loop on what happens. Let's go ahead and do outros. We'll go Will, Emilio, and Ark.
Thank you for listening and watching. I have been Will. You can find me at Twitter at William C. Allen, where I am going to be regularly talking about a board game that I'm working on. If you like solving murder mysteries and fighting monsters, it might be your jam. You can also find me on YouTube at RollaWillSave, where I sometimes and will continue to sometimes do Pokemon draft content, and on the DM's Guild, where I was one of the authors of the first edition of the Eat the Rich anthology. The other editions are on DriveThruRPG. You can and should go and buy them.
Definitely. Yeah, thank you, everybody. This session was so much fun. Like, my cheeks are hurting. I was smiling and laughing so much today. This was awesome, and it just felt like we were kids with toys. It was, those new mechs were so much fun. And so with that in mind, actually, I'm just gonna, so that I don't forget this, I'm just gonna resub to the channel right now. And remember, you can sub if you have Amazon Prime. So do that. Oh, okay. Let me not get distracted. So my name is Emilio, and I'm one half of the Let's Roll Characters team. And you can check out our YouTube show, youtube.com/Let's Roll Characters, where we roll random characters for different RPGs. We let the dice do the talking and kind of tell us which direction to go, and then we come up with these fun backstories. We just put out an episode last week. We should have another couple episodes coming out in the next couple months. So please check that out. And also check out my gaming channel, twitch.tv/VendoSkeleton. It's where I'm doing like Minecraft stuff and that game Valheim, which is an early access game still, and Phasmophobia, doing a lot of ghost hunting, which is super fun.
All right. I want to say thank you so much to everyone who's tuned in, whether this was your first or your last episode with us. It's been a pleasure to be here. I've had so much fun. Everybody I've played with has been absolutely amazing. I'm Ark. You can find me at Ark Dragon Breath all over the internet. I'm mostly active on Twitter and Instagram. And I'm also active on Twitch. You can find me back here on my own Twitch channel tonight. So if you want to watch me play usually RPGs, right now it's Tales of Berseria, you can do that. And thank you again for joining us.
And this has been Mekton Heist, as I stated, a part of the RPGHour Studio family of shows. This was our last. This is what we are calling micro campaigns. And the idea is that we're going to run for about 3 months every Saturday. I'm in talk with a couple people that are looking to do this next year. What we're looking at doing next year is January to March, April to June, July to September, October to December. Right now, I have everybody telling me we're not going to do October to December, so that may be like an off period where, so I don't know if that's actually going to happen. But there are other shows that we do. Wednesday nights, the first and third Wednesday nights of the month, you can find our Routes Unknown, which is a Monster of the Week actual play, where it's a what would happen if a bunch of queer folks are hunting monsters all across Texas. It's a fictional version of the world where a lot of the world's problems are, for the most part, fixed. And so the only real issues that you have are people charging weird prices for things, the occasional weird happening, and just some other shenanigans over on that. Like what would happen if your half-brother is crushing on somebody that y'all went to high school with, as you are traveling around, and that person has absolutely no clue that it's going on. That is actually a scenario that has happened all throughout Season 1, because we are currently on Season 2. We also, on Friday nights, we do Indie RPG Hour, which is where different people come together from the indie scene, and we talk about different kinds of indie topics. It can range from me and one other person to quite a few people. I don't always have to be, I'm not always going to be the person from RPG Hour Studios that's going to be the person talking on it, so don't always expect to see my face on that night. And RPG Hour Studios, I have severed my game design stuff from that, and it's now Dead Coast Games. The main reason for that is because RPG Hour Studios has a completely different... the goal of RPG Hour Studios is very different from what I'm doing with Dead Coast Games. And so game design and stuff like that happen. I will be, at some point, potentially making a whole separate Dead Coast Games Twitch. But keep an eye out. Once a month, I do hope to be able to gather people together and do one-shots of the games that I have written or that are going to be coming out. I'm trying to think if there is anything else. Yes, absolutely, drama. I think that's everything, folks. Thank you so much for joining us. Like I said, there is a tip jar down below or a PayPal link below. You can tip, and folks get money as a thank you for spending all this time. These episodes are going to stay up permanently. I use a special thing for podcasting, so it's going to be permanently up on the podcast side of things. It's going to be permanently up, archived on YouTube. I think that's everything, so until the dice roll again. Oh, and we'll raid, since raiding is a thing. We're going to raid Dicey Amazon, so if you're sticking around, Dicey Amazons looks like it's Vibrant Legends. They're also another group of folks from Texas. I'm from Texas, so I like to do that. So if you're not looking to jump in, y'all have a good evening.